Okay, so today we're going to talk about trying to heal yourself, and how we can let go of the hold that we have on trying to heal, because it's really important that we do let go of this. And I am and have been so guilty of this. I mean, for the first many years that I was sick, I decided that I was going to be the type of person who was the most determined, would try anything, would keep going until I was healed, no matter what, no excuses, and it would have to come true. Thing is, it didn't come true, because what I was doing was I was so focused on healing. I was so hard on myself. I was like a drill sergeant. I was like a sergeant in the army that said, get up, go harder, go faster, more with your diet, better with your diet, better with your diet, more supplements, more gadgets, more gizmos, more exercise, more walking, more more information, more books, more learning, more functional medicine doctors, more healing practitioners, more protocols, more new therapies, more biohacks, more everything, right? Like, I was a drill sergeant that said, go, go, go. It's 6 a.m., open your eyes, you belong to me now. And then I drove that person hard all day long until it was time for bed. The one thing I did that helped me realize what I was doing was I went all day. I got up at 6 and I started. I started as the drill sergeant. Like, you're going to do this, and I'm going to hold you accountable every single day, every single second, and point out when you're not doing enough, when you're not being strong enough. Like, I'm going to be the person who's standing over you when you fall down, yelling, get up, you scaredy little girl, whatever. Right? So I was this mean, stereotypical drill sergeant to myself all day, in the name of trying to heal myself, in the name of healing. And what I did was, at the very end of the day, I would put my children to bed, no matter what state I was in, no matter how much pain, no matter how much suffering, I would go in there. It didn't matter. I would put them to bed. I'd sing them, all their songs. I would talk to them, even if I was suffering to the brink. I would come out of the room and I would, cry or whatever. And it would be my time then, for an hour before I went to bed, to sit down on the couch, to flop down on the couch, to let everything go, to just, grab a tea or grab a drink, maybe even have a treat, a healthy treat, maybe a healthy keto treat I made, or a healthy paleo treat I made, or, some sea snacks, or something that was like a healthy version of a whole food treat. Sit on the couch, watch a show, like watch a total guilty pleasure show for like an hour. And then I have my watch on going, that's it, that's enough time. You have to be in bed by 9:30, go, go, go. Turn it off and get to bed. The drill sergeant came back. But during that 1 hour, I started to realize that this hour during the day ended up being my best time of the day. It ended up that I had less symptoms. It ended up that I actually felt good. And I came to, come here. I came to crave this time at the end of the day. I came to look and say, hi, you're too cute. I came to crave and look forward to this time. And I realized how important this time was to me, because when my kids had activities that was going later, or they were acting up, or they were begging to, have some more fun, or play another game, or watch another one of their shows, or do something else before bedtime. And I said, okay. Then when I finally got them to bed, I was very angry. I was very angry because now I maybe didn't have my whole hour to myself. I only had 10 minutes to unwind. I only had the 20 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever it was. And then my drill sergeant said, no, you have to be in bed because it's part of your healing regimen by 9:30, so you don't get your you time. And I started to feel this internal resentment towards my children, like they were taking my time. Like this was the only time of day that I had to relax or to feel good in some way. Look at how alert this dog is. She sees a squirrel outside and it's just, her fight or flight kicks in. Look at her. Look at her. She's on high alert. Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. That's what we do to ourselves all day long. We're like, you know, symptom, symptom, symptom. Look at her. She's like, squirrel, squirrel. She can't help it. She wants to go. She wants to run to the door and bark, right? This is what we do. It's innate. Look at her face. She's riveted. And as our symptoms, sorry, I'm just getting sidetracked now, but as our symptoms come up all day, every day, we are riveted to them the way that this dog is riveted to the window right now because of the squirrel. And she is going to follow and focus on that squirrel until it's gone. And then when it's gone, she will relax. She'll be able to lie down. She'll be able to whatever. And this is what we do all day long. I was riveted on my symptoms. I was riveted on trying to heal. I was riveted on everything. And then at the end of the day, the squirrel would go, whatever would go. And I would I would allow myself that hour before bed. And it just felt better. I noticed I felt better because I didn't have expectations on myself anymore. I wasn't pushing myself so hard. I was allowing myself, like, you've done all that you can do today. You know, it's 8:30. You've done all that you can do today. You're exhausted. You're tired. You know, you're suffering. You have symptoms, whatever. You got to sit down now and just have an hour. Now, I don't know why I gave that to myself at some point, because it used to be, no, it was like meditating, learning, whatever. I didn't even have that hour. So it was all the way from bed until bed. But I started to say, I'm going to have this hour. I think it was because I wanted to have more time with my husband. So instead of like talking, we just decided to sit down and watch Netflix together. And I just needed some time and a guilty pleasure show to just lose myself in. And when I started to see that these were my best times a day every day, and I started to look forward to the time when my children could go to bed so I could sit down, it suddenly started dawning on me, not right away, but over years, that if I gave myself this permission to have me time and to take care of myself and to let go of the expectations and to let go of the fight and all the effort and energy and everything that it was taking in order to heal myself, then I would actually maybe start healing. So let me put that another way. If I could give myself the energy that I had in that hour was like a relaxed energy, because I had truly suffered and endured all day. I had completed all my tasks. I had gone through all the protocols and all the things of healing and done everything. I had been a mom. I had taken care of everybody else's needs. And finally, the children were in bed. Finally, there was nothing left to do. Finally, I could sit down and drink a tea and watch a show and just shut my mind off from all of it and just say, you get a break now. The drill sergeant is gone home. The day is over. The kids are to bed. There is nothing left for you to do. So just take this time to yourself for an hour before you go to bed. And I started to see if I could give myself that kind of relief. I'm not saying just be lazy and sit on the couch all day long and drink tea and watch Netflix for your whole life. Obviously, there's a balance. But if I could allow myself that I didn't have to wait until 8:30 and the day was over and my kids were now in bed for me to take a breath and take a tea and sit down and like actually give myself permission to just do nothing, or to take a break, or to just, you know, to revive myself by taking it off my shoulders somehow. Right? I didn't have to wait till the end of the day, but I did, because I had mom duties and I had, you know, sergeant duties where I had to heal myself all day, and I had to, you know, make the dinner, and I had to buy the right groceries and do the right food and cook, you know, a million different ways and a million different kinds of recipes, and, you know, travel to 15 million different grocery stores to get the exact right thing that I need, you know, without compromising. And it's hard. We put a burden on ourselves, and this burden is hard, and it takes the form of energy. It sucks our life force from us. It sucks our life force that we would actually use for healing from us. So we think that by traveling to 10 grocery stores and then taking an hour to cook the right food the right way, and then cleaning it up, and then making a different thing for our husband and a different thing for our kids to make everyone happy, and making sure that their needs are attended to, and making sure that we're juicing and making our smoothies and doing our enemas, and doing our stretching and doing our yoga and doing our walking and doing our meditating and doing our journaling, and on and on and on and on it goes, that we're actually contributing to healing. But what it's actually doing is kind of the opposite of what we're actually trying to achieve, because we're giving ourselves an energy of, just like my dog had when I was holding it, right? An energy of fight or flight. Like, there is something important that needs to be done. I'm riveted to it. I have to do it. You're in fight or flight. You're like in fight or flight as you're healing, because you're so hard on yourself that you have to get it right. And then you're so angry at yourself that you haven't learned more, you haven't done more, you're not doing enough, right? Because if you did, you would be healed by now. And then we beat ourselves up. And all of this energy from all of it is a very, it's a lot of expectations to live up to. I always likened myself to an athlete who wanted to win the Olympics or something. They were getting up at the crack of dawn, they were training all day long, and they went to school, they did their job, they did whatever, and then they went to bed, and then they got up and did it all over again, right? And they don't have a life. But even these athletes would tell you that they need me days. They need time to just rejuvenate with family and friends, to have fun, to sit on the couch and watch Netflix, to, and they train for a period of time, 4 years, and then the Olympics. And then it's over. They don't train for their life. I mean, they put a lot of things on hold to achieve something great, and that's what we kind of do in healing. We put everything else on hold because we're so focused on our healing, and then we'll enjoy our life when we finally get healed. But what ends up happening is that our life passes us by, and we are bringing a life force to healing that is filled with an energy that's not healing. It's go, go, go. It's fight or flight. It's hard on ourselves. And what we really need to do is unwind. Try not to heal so hard. Try to let it go. Try to be like, I know what food to eat. I know what things I need to do. I don't need a list. I don't need to check it off every single day. I know what the right things to do to heal are. I know what to eat. I've been down this road. I know all the things, all the right things and wrong things to do. And then just let yourself live, and make choices as it comes up. Like, oh, now it's time to eat. All right, so I'm just going to make myself something super healthy that I feel resonates with me and that is healthy. Oh, it's time to walk? Great, I'm gonna either enjoy this walk, but if I'm too exhausted for it, I'm gonna wait until a time when it's a little nicer outside or I feel better. I'm not saying you can just expect to do nothing and heal, but I am telling you, and for what it's worth, that 1 hour at the end of the day from 8:30 to 9:30 was like my saving grace, because I looked forward to it all day, and then I got very angry when someone took that time from me. And I think that's very telling. I think it's very telling. And I think the fact that I had less symptoms every day during that time, and I also would feel very possessive of that time, is just showing me that I need more of that time, right? And it's showing you that you need more time to just be, to take that break, to love yourself. Were you ever a little kid and your mom said, oh, honey, you don't look very well, like you need an early night. Just, I know you have assignments, I know you have homework, or I know you have a lot going on, but and she would give you permission. It was like almost like your mom would tell you to work hard all the time, and your mom would inspire all these things to work hard, to do all these things, but then every once in a while she would say, come sit down, let me make you some tea. I think you need an early night. I can just see the tension on your face, and you're getting a headache. You just need a really good sleep. You need some good nutritious food. You need to rest. Why don't you just sit on the couch and watch a show? I'll bring you a cup of tea, relax. And we got this permission that we didn't have to keep it up. We could take that break. And when For me, when I was younger, my mom would give me that permission. I would feel amazing, like totally taken care of by the universe, totally taken care of by the world. Like I had the permission to just sit. I didn't have to feel guilty about it. I have to feel guilty about sitting, like that I wasn't trying, because my mom said, you need this, honey, you need to sit down and have an early night and let me make you this and let me do this. And you know, she would comfort you and baby you. And I don't know if any of your moms did that, but moms are good at looking at us, you know, and knowing when we need a break and just demanding that we take it. And it gives us this like permission from the universe, like it's okay, we need this break and we've earned this break. And actually, if we don't take this break, we're going to get sick or something, you know, we're going to catch a cold or we're not going to do well, or we actually require this break. And our mom's telling us to take the break, and it just felt like we could take the whole weight off our shoulders and take the break. And it felt good to be taken care of and to be comforted and to just like let everything go, right? Let everything go. And that's kind of the way I felt at the end of the night. I mean, not so well, because I didn't have somebody like telling me to do it. I didn't have the permission. I didn't have the guilt-freeness of it. And I didn't have somebody to, you know, bring me my tea and, you know, bring me a blanket or cuddle me up or just say nice things to me. But the power of that is so important. And I think that you need to think about this in your life and just how we can let go of the need to try so hard, of the need to try to heal, of the energy that it takes to heal. Sometimes it's a negative energy. And what we need to try to do is to give ourselves the healing energy of love and comfort and peace and permission and acceptance, and like just to be, just to take the break, just to do what we want, to have fun, to enjoy ourselves, to enjoy life, to let it go, to breathe, and to know that everything's going to be okay, and tomorrow's going to be another day, and it's okay to take time for yourself. So I hope this video has helped, and try to let go for an hour, for 10 minutes, for a day, for whatever you can, of this grip that we have on trying to make it right, on trying to heal ourselves, and by trying to do everything perfectly. You know, that's where the energy comes from.